Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video, we are going to learn about the most important MCQS from the poem Ode to the Nightingale, written by John Keats. Already in the previous video, I have posted few important MCQS part 1 and this is part 2. So let us get into the questions. First question, the expression half in love with easeful death means the poet has an inclination to have a peaceful and easy death but does not completely want to die. Second question, she is as she is framed to do refers to fancy. Third question, was it a vision or walking dream means daydream or reverie. Fourth question, forlorn the very word is like a bell. Forlorn is compared to bell. Fifth question, the nightingale is addressed as an immortal bird. The bird is immortal in the sense that the bird is the symbol of the artist and its song is a symbol of art. Sixth question, she stood in tears amid the alien corn. Here alien corn refers to a cornfield belonging to Bose in Zura. Seventh question, the poem consists of 8 stanzas. Eighth question, the poem was published in Annals of the Fine Arts. Ninth question, rhyming scheme of this poem is AB, AB, CDE, CDE. 10th question, who is a Hippocrene? It is the name of a fountain on mountain Helicon in Boeotia. Drinking its water inspired the poet. 11th question, why the poet called the nightingale an immortal bird? Because the singing of the bird has always been heard. It is immortal that it is not born or dead. 12th question, that thou light-winged dryad of trees, which figure of speech is used in this line? Alliteration. 13th question, forlorn the very word is like a bell. Figure of speech used in this line is simile. 14th question, in the first stanza, the speaker addresses the nightingale, so it is called apostrophe, figure of speech. 15th question, though of hemlock I had drunk. The figure of speech used in this line is imagery. 16th question, past the near meadows. The figure of speech used in this line is imagery. 17th, fast fading violets covered up in leaves. Figure of speech used in this line, imagery. 18th, in some melodious plot. Figure of speech used here is assonance. 19th question, the voice I hear this passing night was heard. Assonance, figure of speech. 20th, for a breaker full of warm south. Figure of speech used here is metaphor. 21st question, the queen moon is on her throne. Figure of speech used in the line is personification. 22nd, though wasn't not born for death, immortal death. Figure of speech used here is apostrophe. 23rd question, what is hemlock? A poisonous drink made from a herb. 24th question, what does the poet mean by fays? Fairies. 25th question, who is Flora? The goddess of flowers and fertility. 26th question, and happily the queen moon is on her throne. 27th, tasting of Flora and the country queen. 28th question, the weariness, the fever and dash, fret. 29th question, darkling I listen and for many a time. 30th question, why does the poet say my heart aches? Because on listening to the song of the nightingale. Who has been half in love with death? The poet. 32nd question, what is Lethe? A river in Hades underwater. 33rd question, plaintive anthem, a hymn expressing sadness. 34th question, this poem was composed in 1819 in the garden of the Spenwrights in Hampstead. 35th question, the poet heart aches or feels steady pain because of the excessive joy when he listens to the nightingale song. 35th question. In the poem, the country mentioned is Italy. 36th question. Hemlock means a kind of plant used medicinally as a powerful sedative. 37th question. The nightingale sings of the beauty of delight and the cheerful expression of summer. 38th question. Provincial song situated in southern France. 39th question. The brain is dull in the sense that it is not shift as imagination. 40th question. The flowers mentioned in the fourth stanza of the poem are white hawthorn, eglantine, violet, musk rose, the first flower that blooms in mid-May. 41st question. The nightingale is addressed as an immortal bird. The bird is immortal in the sense that it is the symbol of the artist and its song, a symbol of art. 42nd question. The castle was encircled by perilous sea. 43rd question. Forlorn means deplorable or pitiable or desolate. 44th question. Fancy is called deceiving elf because it has the power of deceiving and can sustain one's trance-like state thought for a moment. 45th question. Though of hemlock I had drunk. The figure of speech used here is imagery. 46th question. In some melodious song. The figure of speech used here is assonance, repeated crowded sounds. Important notes from here, from this poem. Theme of the poem: nature, transience, and immortality. Nightingale represents both nature and death. Nightingale is compared to dryad of the trees. The poem is in negative in tone. The nightingale is the poem's central image and symbol. The music it produces becomes a music of pure beauty. Lethe, river of forgetfulness. Dryad, a forest nymph. Beechen, hardwood trees of the beechen family. Draught, cup, glass, drink. Embalmed means fragrant, swell, smelling. Darkling, dark. Requiem, hymn for the dead. The poem's tone is melancholic. Main theme of the poem is negative capability. The poem is written in 8-10-line stanzas. The first 7 and last 2 lines of each stanza are written in iambic pentameter. What is an iambic pentameter? It is a metrical foot in poetry in which a stressed syllable is followed by an unstressed syllable. It means iambic pentameter is a beat or foot that uses 10 syllables in each line. The poem was first published in Annals of the Fine Art. Major themes of this poem: death, immortality, mortality, nature, transience. It was written in May 1819. Tone, optimistic. Literary devices used in this poem: metaphor, simile, personification, alliteration, apostrophe. This is Keats' personal poem that describes Keats' journey into the state of negative capability. So we are done with the important questions from this poem, guys. And please do subscribe, share, and comment. And let us all meet in the next video with another important MCQs. Thank you.